All right, every once in a while I get one of those days that I just want to document, and today's one of those days. Today is August 21st, 2025, almost a year in business actually. And long story short, this morning, number one, went to the I was replacing a mailbox for this guy, and that'll come in later in the story. Anyways, I was replacing this mailbox for this guy, and I took out the old mailbox, and he said, "Oh, can you get rid of that for me?" And I'm like, "Sure." So I get rid of well, no. So then there's a garbage man sitting on the street while I'm sitting here digging out this old mailbox because I'm pouring concrete, and he's just sitting there. It's like 7 in the morning, so he's just waiting or doing something. I walk up and talk to him, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's like, "Oh, wonderful, wonderful." He's like a cool black guy. And he's like, "Oh, wonderful, wonderful. It's a beautiful day out here." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." Like, he was just extremely nice. Like, it costs nothing to be nice. Then I sit there and I say, "Hey, I got this mailbox. Can I just throw that in here or do I need to take it to the dump?" And he's like, "Well, how heavy is it?" I'm like, "It's light, it's plastic." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, just throw it in one of these bins and I'll just lift it up." And I'm like, "Perfect." And he's like, "Thanks, whatever." So then I walk back, do it. And then he sits there for like 10 more minutes. I'm digging some more. Then he drives over and he's like, "Hey, come over here." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "So do you just replace mailboxes?" And I'm like, "Well, I do handyman and construction and whatnot." And he's like, "Yeah, but you do mailboxes, right?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "I do this all the time." And I explained to him how the frost depth is 4 feet. Home Depot recommends 18 inches. People put them in, they always fall over. They're always looping. So I dig down 4 feet, pour concrete, whatever. And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, I said, "Here's a business card." And he's like, "Oh, great." So then he says, "Yeah, actually, I'm like, I need a mailbox fixed at my house." And I'm like, "Perfect." He leaves. I finish up the mailbox. I get a text from the mom or the woman I'm working for. And how I know her is Aaron, my younger brother, plays on a volleyball team. Okay. This is crucial. He plays on a volleyball team. I made Wish It Was Harder t-shirts with the Benchmark logo on it. Aaron thought they were cool. He started wearing them. Then the guys on his volleyball team said, "Hey, those are cool. Can I get some of those?" So his whole volleyball team ordered shirts. I sent them all shirts. The kid on the volleyball team wears it, obviously. His parents see it. "Oh, what's Benchmark?" "Oh, Aaron on my volleyball team, his older brother runs a handyman company, and then this is his shirts." "Oh, cool. He does handyman. Hey, ask him if let me get his number. Ask him if he can do this mailbox." "Okay. Can you do this mailbox?" "Yeah." "Okay." So that's first thing, is getting business by going out there and doing stuff. If I never would have made those shirts, never, it's like every single thing I do, I don't not want to do it. Does that make sense? Like making those shirts. Yeah, it cost me $1,000 to make these shirts and sweatshirts and stickers and all this other crap. Yeah, it's a sunk cost. And yeah, they're not really selling, but I made them because I thought they were cool. And if your next success is 10 failures away, how fast would you want to get through those failures? You know what I'm saying? And so by me making those t-shirts, then Aaron wears them. His friend likes them. Benchmark is on them. Parents see that. What's Benchmark? "Oh, I need this done." Boom. Okay, fix that. So that lead right there got me the garbage man job and the mailbox job that I'm already doing. Okay. The mom, Amy, she texts me. I didn't even know this. "Hey, I work at Amy's Apples in Cedarburg. Can you, or what kind of apple do you and your mom want? I'll give you one for free." Sweet. That's a great text to receive at 9 in the morning when I'm working outside. "Okay, I'll take an M&M one, whatever." "Okay, great." 10 minutes later. "Hey, well, how long are you going to be working today? I'll just bring it home with me. If not, I'll ask one of my kids to wake up and come pick it up from work." I say, "I'll leave at 11:30. "Oh, okay, I'm not going to be home by then." Okay, I'll ask one of my kids. Okay, 10 minutes later. "Hey, none of my kids are getting up. Are you able to drive here and pick it up?" "Sure, I got to go pick up an extra bag of concrete anyway. I'll go run and pick it up." Okay. So I sit there and I'm running and I finish pouring the concrete. I need one more bag. So I leave, go get the concrete. It's right next to there. I go into Amy's Apples, the actual factory in Cedarburg where they make all this stuff. Okay. I walk in there. There's a receptionist. I'm like, "Hey, I'm here to see Amy," which isn't from Amy's Apples. It's just Amy Wilson, who is the lady, whatever. Anyways, she said, "Oh, she just left you a little baggie with 2 apples in it." Perfect. I grab it. I'm about to walk out, but then freshman year of volleyball, my coach, I remember he worked at Amy's Apples. So I said, "Oh, do you by any chance know Matt Schultz?" And she's like, "Yeah, he's right around the corner." Okay. I go walk in right around the corner. "Hey, Matt, you probably don't remember me. My name is Mark Tice. I played on freshman year volleyball at Germantown. Just wanted to say hi. I remember you worked here." "Oh, yeah, Mark. Yeah, what position were you? You were a middle, right?" "Yeah, great." well, what are you doing now? And I said, oh, I'm picking up some apples. Oh, okay, cool. But what do you do? And I said, oh, I do construction and handyman. Oh, who for? And I said, oh, I have my own company, Benchmark Construction. Oh, that's cool. And I said, yeah, here's a business card. And he's like, well, what kind of stuff do you do? And I said, I do drywall, I do painting, I do masonry, I do carpentry, whatever. And he's like, actually, would you fix this? And he said, we rent this space next to us, but I had to cut a opening in the door so we could get in between because it was such a long walk around the building. Would you be able to frame that out and case that out for us? Sure. Okay, here's my card. Send me a text. Great. So it's so crazy how God works and how this stuff works. By me making a shirt that my brother wore, his friend liked it, bought it, wore it home, his parents asked about it. Then I get a job working for their parents. Then the kids don't wake up because what they're sleeping in, whatever. Then I have to go get concrete. So then I go in there to meet this lady. So then I'm in there. And because of freshman year volleyball that I remember this coach, I sit there and I start talking to him because he knows me. He asks me, what are you doing now? Any random person, he wouldn't ask what business you're in. You know what I mean? I tell him I own the company, and then I'm sitting there, and now I have another job doing this for Amy's Apples. It's all connections. It's just so crazy how I've had to spend $0 on advertising, and it literally costs me nothing to sit here and go in and talk to these people. You know what I mean? It's just crazy that I relate it to Tesla in a way, where Tesla does not spend a dime on advertising because their cars are so out of this world different that they cause people talking about them. Elon Musk is such a polarizing figure, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not saying I'm the same one as Tesla, but I am saying that I always get laughed at for posting what I post or doing different things, or why are you making t-shirts, or why are you selling this, or no one's going to buy that, or whatever. But it's kind of the same thing where it gets people talking, or it's like just the same thing with the t-shirt. 10 steps down the line, I could have never predicted that me making a t-shirt for myself because I thought it was cool and I thought people were going to wear them at the gym would have gotten me a job, would have then morphed into 2 different jobs. Whatever. Final thing. I'm going to try and keep this under 10 minutes. Final thing. Okay. I'm driving home from work today. Okay. I'm in downtown Thiensville. I see this cowhide on the side of the building, like inside the window, that I always drive by, but I never go in the building. It's like some leather company. Well, I got done with work a little bit early, like at 4 o'clock today. So I'm okay, I'll stop in there. And it's like, I was looking for a gift for my girlfriend for our anniversary. And then she likes leather stuff. And most people would probably say, oh, I'll just buy something online. But I'm sitting here thinking I'd rather support a local business or just see what it is. You know what I mean? And maybe my brain's just hardwired that way, but it's all like connections. You know what I mean? Why did I think to talk to Matt today at Amy's Apples? It's like a normal person would have just walked in there, grabbed it, and walked out. But it's like, I don't know if I'm not tooting my own horn, but it's like I value that kind of stuff, that personal connection, that at least in the business I got to be my own salesman. So I do that, you know? So I walk into this leather company, and I walk in and it's got like wallets and like belts and little like satchels and bags and briefcases and different stuff like that. And the guy walks in, he's like, oh, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I live up the street. I always pass this. I want to stop in. Oh, okay, yeah, this is what we make. This is what we do, yada, yada, yada. Hi, I'm Dave Mitchell. I'm the owner. Okay, sweet. He says, well, where are you from? What do you do? I said, oh, I live right up the road. I do my own handyman and construction business. Oh, what do you do? And I said, oh, I do, construction, drywall, masonry, whatever. And he's like, well, what kind of projects? And I said, well, this morning I was replacing a mailbox for a lady because it wasn't in the ground right. Oh, I need that. And then this afternoon I was doing some patching on where woodpeckers made holes in the siding. He's like, oh, that happens at my house. And I'm like, great. And he's like, yeah, let me show you. My front sign on this thing is drooping. I need it fixed. Can you do that for me? Sure. And I'm like, well, that's so cool. And I was kind of looking around the shop like, oh, that's kind of cool. He said, oh, do you want to see the rest of the shop? And I'm like, sure. He shows me all of his sewing machines, all of his stuff, everything, okay? Shows me around, shows me everything, yada, 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 okay? And then he shows me the back room where he has all his leather, all his stencils, whatever. And he's like, here, watch this. He makes a part of like a little briefcase and shows me how he does it, how he cuts it, how the stencils are. And he's like, you'd appreciate this because you work with your hands, right? I'm like, yeah, that'd be sick, whatever. And then I was like, oh, here's a business card. Give him a business card. He said, oh, can I see your wallet? Because I had it out to give him a business card. I show it to him and he's like, no offense, but he said, like, look at these wallets that he makes. He shows me and he says, it's like a foldable wallet, Okay, it opens up like this, but then on the inside, like the vertex here, he's got a custom made spring for the money clip. And he said he gets them custom made by a spring factory in Grafton, Wisconsin, which is like 15 minutes north. And he said, here, this is cool. This is what it does. He's very passionate about his product, right? He's a salesman. He's selling it to me. And I'm like, that's cool. And then I say, can you laser engrave it? Because it, like, on the front, it's like just a rectangle, whatever. I'm like, could you laser engrave it? Because it'd be sick to get a Benchmark logo on this wallet, right? And he's like, oh yeah, we can do all sorts of stuff. And he said, actually, if you want to, if you come in here on a Saturday or a Sunday, he said, you can make your own wallet. I'll come in here and show you how to do it. And I'm like, that'd be sweet. Because it's like, I think that's why I'm obviously in the business I'm in, but I value learning those skills and amassing those collection, my toolbox of stuff I know how to do. Just like why I made sausage at Old Germantown last year, why I, took all these different opportunities, tried bartending, all this stuff, because I need to satiate my mind to sit here and say, I want to do this, I need to do this, whatever. I want to learn how to create things, okay? And so anyway, so yeah, just come in here on the weekend and do this. And so we're setting up a time this weekend for me to go over there and make this. But just so crazy how I see quotes. I just saw a quote today where it's like, as a business owner, you need to make your own opportunities and make your own luck. Everybody else thinks that, oh, you just get all this stuff handed down, it comes easy, but it's like you make your own luck and you see your opportunity, you make your own opportunities. You see these opportunities and you jump on them. It's no special advertising campaign. It's not spending $1 million on the best product or whatever. It's like seeing these opportunities, seeing these things come alive and taking advantage of it. And I think it's because that's the way I'm wired, but it's just so crazy to me that all of this stuff happens and how I've spent $0 on advertising ever for my company, and I'm a year in business and I'm doing extremely well for myself. And it's just crazy how all that stuff happens. And I'm just thinking, nothing wrong with it, but I'm just thinking about peers my age, how it's like they don't take risks, and it's like they don't do that kind of stuff. And it's like they wake up, go to a job, do that. Oh, I'm kind of scared to go into the Quick Trip and buy a soda. Like I'm talking to somebody, or I want to, like, Mark, I want to start my own pressure washing business. Mark, I want to do this, or Mark, I want to make my own asphalt company, or I want to do all this. It's like, then do it. But it's like they're all sitting there twiddling their thumbs. Nothing against what they're doing, nothing against them working for a company or doing what they're doing. I'm just saying there's a difference between them sitting there and saying it, but then in the same mouth saying, Mark, you should really have a brand new truck. And Mark, why aren't you charging it this way? Or Mark, why aren't you doing it this way? Or Mark, I would do it this way. Or Mark, why are you doing it this way? And it's like they always have a million things to say, but they're never the ones doing it. And at the end of the day, it's like, the reason why is because in any of these situations today, it's like I created, God helped me, but through him and through his leadership, whatever, I've created these opportunities for myself. You know what I mean? It's not like a friend of mine sits there and says, oh yeah, I'm just going to randomly get somebody who I don't know who's on a volleyball team because I made a t-shirt to contact me and have me build, do their mailbox, and then their mom knows somebody who works at Amy's and then get a job there. You know what I mean? Like it's such a grapevine effect of word of mouth and meeting people that it's the best ad campaign I could ever ask for. Instead of me making an ad that reaches 500 people and then it shuts off after the month and doesn't reach anybody, word of mouth and doing exceptional service gets people talking and referrals and all that kind of stuff. And it's only going to keep growing and blooming out, And so, no, I just wanted to make this video because I'm super cool. And now I got this website, right, where I'm selling products. And now I'm going to make, cutting boards for Christmas and for hunting season. And, I'm going to partner with like knife companies to like put knives and do different packages. And Allison, my sister's going to make candles and whatever. But now I'm sitting here looking at this leather guy like, man, that would be sick if I could get him to make Benchmark wallets or different stuff like that to do like a giveaway or just a custom wallet for somebody or something cool to do a giveaway and then partner with a local business. But I'm getting thirsty now, so I'm going to shut up. But it's so crazy and so amazing to me how I'm excited because what I'm doing paid off. When I started this like a year ago, I never would have thought anything like this would have happened. And now I'm sitting here and realizing that the risks that I take, whether it be making t-shirts or selling them to Aaron's friends or walking into this business or talking to Matt Schultz at Amy's Apples or doing this or doing that or talking to the garbage man or anything like that. It's like all that little stuff pays off, but you never know when it's going to pay off. You know, meeting this leather guy, who knows what opportunities that's going to blossom into and where that's going to take me and just that kind of stuff. And so it's crazy. And it's an amazingly good feeling to sit here and be like, wow, that's cool, because nobody else will probably understand this, but it's just such an amazing feeling for me. And I like it because it's the best way I can describe it is hardcore American. And what, like, I'm not, that sounds buzzwordy, that sounds gay, but just like at the end of the day, I'm going to help him out and fix his sign for him. He's going to sit there and make a wallet with me. It's like, it's a give and a take. It's a barter system. Okay. And that's amazing. And then I, sit here and do that. And then I'm also learning a skill. Like back on the, like, I'm not being stupid here, but like on the Oregon Trail, they traded skills. One guy was a blacksmith. He would fix your wagon while the other person cooked or hunted or did that. You know what I mean? And you barter and you trade. It's like, this is so cool that I can sit here and do this and whatever. So that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at. And I feel like these skis are too big for my feet, but I feel like Alex Hormozy or Dave Ramsey or something like that, where it's like right now I'm amassing a catalog of different things that I have done, that I have tried, that in 10 years I'm going to be able to equate my success to sit here and say, okay, back when I was, just starting out in business, I would walk around and talk to these people, and now look at all these connections I've got. You know what I mean? And it's like I can kind of see the foreshadowing of that right now. All right, under 17 minutes. That's what's happening on August 20, 2025. Almost a year in business. I'm going to have to give myself a raise.